Guarded by Barnes. A minute 29 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Dumars. 6 to shoot, and they get it back. Jacks up a 3. Can't get it to go.
Gotta find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not gonna get it.
Outside Davis. They set the screen. Deflects the pass. Now Mitchell. Barnes fires. Davis outside. Now Mitchell. Outside Davis. Here's Barnes. Yes! Using that window.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road games, they're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Now here's Mitchell. Davis, the triple drop.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away and
Substitution on the court.
So no problem for Phoenix as they get the win. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a
Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come break. Again, this is a fun time of year, mid-season basketball. From award races to juggling playoff pictures, it's terrific.
Yeah, you really get to see things taking shape. I like watching teams rise up and make the unexpected run. Makes the league so much more interesting.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. They've got Malone, and it's Mullen in at the shooting guard.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Here's Horton Tucker. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Houston. Up the floor, and Malone with the basket on the assist by Mullen. Malone's got his second basket of the night.
Well, he led his teammate and hit him in stride. You really can't do it any better than that.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Back to Antetokounmpo. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Clock is at 3. Here's Horton Tucker on the 3 off target. Here's Ben Berthy. They set the screen beyond the arc. It's good from long range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injury.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour grapes.
Atlanta with the ball. The Bulls getting the bucket. Inside, Malone. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Malone's got 6.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Giannis passes to Horton Tucker. Screen by Bull. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Bull. Outside, Antetokounmpo. From the arc. Bull can't hit.
Not quite enough defense That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Ben Berthy, covered by Giannis. Here's Carroll. Doesn't go that time. Excellent defense there from Zubac.
Well, they missed one after 4 straight makes. Still a good start to the game.
Bull can't hit. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to Houston.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Let's call it what it was. They got overwhelmed. The matchups were just not in their favor. Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
And to Kumbo. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And that's where Giannis does most of his damage. He's a problem on the interior.
Outside Mullen. Jacks up a 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And all the credit goes to the defender. Very hard to contest threes without fouling.
Antetokounmpo passes to Horton Tucker. Giannis a screen on Mullen. There's the 3. Horton Tucker's shot is off.
I love those kind of looks as a player. Plenty of space and peace of mind to launch. Rarely see him that open.
The Hawks again can't hit.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Antetokounmpo passes to Horton Tucker. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Horton Tucker. Defended by Mullen.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Well, you see this all too often. The effort has to be there first.
Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Chicago. McCollum comes in for Horton Tucker. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Hawks, and going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
Well, they gave us great matchups a year ago. Hopefully, that's the case again now.
So Tim, after starting his NBA career with a couple seasons riding the bench in Boston, Gershon Yabusele is back and ready for more, really thriving in his current role.
Yeah, Kevin, in between those NBA stints, 5 years playing in China, France, and Spain, and now he finds himself a key part of the rotation, a floor-spacing big.
Now here's McCollum. Pass to Giannis. Lets it go with a 3. And McCollum is good for 3.
And throughout his career, McCollum has always been a high-volume three-point shooter. And there you see why. The consistency.
Here's Curry. Still scoreless. Malone a screen on McCollum. Will it go? And Malone with the basket on the assist by Daniels. Chicago has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Pass to McCollum. Another one falls for Chicago.
Well, that's part of what makes McCollum a great player. He can find a way to score off the ball.
Now Curry. Outside Daniels. Malone sets the pick for Daniels. From outside, off the mark.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Back to Giannis. Some nice ball movement here by the Bulls. 5 on the clock. Pass to Zubac. And here's Giannis from outside. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Bulls. They're up by 2 from the United Center in Chicago. Back in a... And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
You give any team this many second chance opportunities, it's going to put you in control.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Mullen is out there with Van Horn. Then it's Daniels, and it's Adams in at the point. Bucket is good. Daniels has got the game tied up here for the Hawks. And Chicago has possession. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's Scurry. Pass to Jones. Here's Van Vliet. Adams defending. Now here's Van Vliet. A three-pointer off the mark. Adams outside. We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's Van Horn. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
McCollum against Daniel. And again, Chicago, no good. Atlanta shooting 43% from the floor. It's good, the assist that time from Mullen. Mullen's got 3 assists tonight.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half. Going to the rack with energy in the D, afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
McCollum against Curry. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
It's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor, not even close to being a legal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for the Bulls. Horton Tucker finds McCollum, sinks the three-pointer. McCollum's got the lead up to 3 now for the Bulls.
That's great use of the bounce pass in that situation to make sure the ball got there.
Malone with the screen. To the middle. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Bryant. And the layup's good off the glass. And now a 5-point Bulls lead.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, and you know what's going to happen, there are going to be points put on the board.
To stop the run, pass to Malone, and there's another turnover by Atlanta. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Bulls third.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Zubac is checked in for Bryant. And it's Fred VanVleet in for McCollum. And Berthie, he's checked in for the Hawks. Malone can't hit.
Wow, you got to commend the defensive effort right there. It really made a difference.
Knocks it loose. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. Malone's got 10 points in the game.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Here's Ben Berthie, covered by Van Vliet. Here's the screen. Here's Mullen. His first attempt of the game finds the target. Now just a 1-point Bulls lead. Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. there's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league, even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
Sure has.
Pass to Zubac. It's hauled in by Malone. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Mullen for three. Chicago grabs the miss. Zubac has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Van Vliet passes to Horton Tucker. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under it.
Chicago making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Pass to Sprewell. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first half. He's looking for Carroll and finds him. He doesn't hit that one. Excellent defense there from Zubac.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Another thing Giannis could bring to the table, maybe adding that ability to be a facilitator to his game.
Here's Sprewell. Malone. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Antetokounmpo passes to Horton Tucker. Another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year? 88% from the line.
All sorts of time, and the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Sprewell. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Pass the Bull. 6 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Here's Horton Tucker. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls lead by 2. And we've got a moment now. Let's go, Court. All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
Hey, folks, welcome. The Atlanta.
But you want the truth? I've seen college teams shoot better than these guys. They couldn't hit water from a yacht.
All right, let's switch it over. See, and that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. An exceptional performance so far from Moses Malone.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Well, it's demoralizing for the opponent. Those second chance opportunities really energize your team.
Antetokounmpo is out there with Talen Horton Tucker. Then there's Bull. Then it's Ivica Zubac. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. For the tie, the shot will not fall. The Bulls leading. Right wing. Here's Antetokounmpo. Carroll with the rebound. Carroll's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And last season, Tim, Paul Millsap retired. He was an all-star in each of his 4 years in Atlanta.
Well, he helped guide the Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals back in 2015. That team overachieved through chemistry, and this group hopes to do the same thing.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play. Getting the ball inside and right to the middle.
And with a a quick break on the court, we've got some time to show you the list of the top rookie shot blockers over the course of the last month. Third is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
Goal, that's good.
And we heard about the scoring of Giannis, but check out his ability to pass it.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Here's Benberthy. Antetokounmpo defending. Mullen with the ball. Malone in the high post. And Ball sends it back. Antetokounmpo passes the ball. And the dunk by Ball.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
And how about that instant response? Don't try to throw down on his team. It just gets them fired up.
And that's the result. They launch an assault on the basket.
Well, he's having a big scoring night, but he's doing it extremely efficiently. This is impressive.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And Tim, breaking down Jalen Johnson's game, what jumps out to you?
Well, Kevin, I think it's his versatility. He can really do everything out there. And when you combine it with his size and athleticism, he's got star written all over it. Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
Here's Benberthy. Hasn't made one yet. The three. It's hauled in by Giannis.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
Ball gets to Giannis. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. 6 on the shot clock. Eyes with 3. That one doesn't go. The Hawks trail by 4. To the paint. Benberthy passes to Mullen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. So, Tim, let me put you in a different hand. If you're running an NBA franchise, would you rather build around a guard, wing, or a big man in today's NBA?
I think I'd go with the wing with size, a guy that can create his own offense and for which there is no great defensive matchup. Those guys, to me, are the ones that can help lead you to the promised land.
Well, that sounds like a good blueprint. Bulls making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Bounce pass, Antetokounmpo. Giannis a screen on Mullen. Here's Horton Tucker. Makes it off the glass. Horton Tucker's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
Here's Benberthy. Outside Mullen. Pulls up. High post. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
His willingness to share the ball elevates this offense.
Driving inside. Carroll. Great tee that time from Giannis.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Atlanta with the rebound. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Here's Carroll. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Zubac. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
Yeah, they have been dialed in from deep. The three-pointer has been there all night for them.
McCollum left side. Van Vliet outside. No good on the triple. The Hawks trail by 3. Outside Curry. Outside Daniels. Van Horn, the pass to Daniels. Down low, here's Carroll. Bryant with the rebound. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. It's stolen by Curry. On the wing, Daniels. For the tie. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Van Vliet, here we go. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. And again, Chicago. No good. To the inside. Stolen by Van Vliet. And here's the fast break. Giannis leading the way.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
It's tipped. Nice D from Bryant. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Bulls up by 5. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this one?
Yeah, the pass was so effective. Great job moving the ball with purpose.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. So with Malone on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Daniels. Campbell is out there with Van Horn. Then it's Mullen. And it's Klein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. McCollum, no good. The Hawks trail by 3. Mullen dishes to Daniels. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
McCollum against Mullen. Lets a floater go. Sprewell grabs the miss. The Hawks shooting 43% from the floor. Pass to Mullen to tie it up. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And that ties it up.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
To the paint. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Bulls basketball.
And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Bulls. On Thursday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic. And then on Friday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Portland Trail Blazers.
And looking at the Toronto matchup, that will be game number 10 for them. Starting to get into the full swing of things. Should be a fun one.
Zubac is checked in for Bryant. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey, guys. Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Allie. Malone, a screen on McCollum. There's the steal. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. To the middle. Here's Zubac. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
The free throw drops for Zubac. Muhammad, he's checked in for the Bulls. And both free throws good for Zubac. The Hawks trail. Here's Sprewell. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from 14, and it's good for 2.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, when you're coming down the stretch, you don't want any wasted possession.
Here's Scurry. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Pass to McCollum. That's the 3 fly. The rebound by Mullen.
After making 2 threes in the first half, the defense has really tightened up on him here, and he's yet to hit one in the second.
Mullen, a screen on McCollum. Sprewell. A miss that time. Would have put him up. The Bulls have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Well, he's done everything you want offensively. Great shot selection, and he is a big reason why they have the lead.
Outside Mullen. Inside, here's Malone.
Just a terrific all-around scoring effort from him. I mean, it's because of that they're even in this game.
And so McCollum will bring it up for the Bulls. No good on the 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Malone, a screen on Muhammad to take the lead, and he got it. Nice execution on the way up.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
He is in attack mode every time up the floor, every single night.
And Billy Donovan decides to call a timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. And Berthy, he's checked in for Atlanta. Malone against Bull. One right through. What touch!
You can see the evolution of Giannis as a passer. He's gotten good at thinking for himself and his teammates.
Here's Ben Berthy. Antetokounmpo defending. And down it goes.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Bull fire! And he does not hit. The Hawks have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth. Going 6 for 7. Down it goes for 3.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
Bulls trail by 5. Here's Bull. Does not go in. Here's Atlanta. They're on a 16-6 run. Outside Mullen. Here's Ben Berthy. Zubac's defending. Got it to go off the glass.
And that's the shot they were looking for, right under the hoop.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Bull outside. Not that time. It won't go. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
Oh, what an assist. Leading him to the bucket.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, any thought of losing this game has been put to bed.
Here's Bull. Giannis! The 3 is off. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And he banks the layup in.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Winning away from home takes nerve and great discipline. Kudos to them.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second goal.
Bulls ball. Substitution on the court.
And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily